In a world of glitz, glamour, and great tunes, one man brings you the magic. Andy Snowden, Stage and Screen, only on Wrexham Premier Radio.
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. 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 I'm going downtown tonight. What's going on?
Now, coming up to Theatr Clwyd this week, the multi-award-winning global smash hit Blood Brothers returns to town. Written by Willie Russell, the legendary Blood Brothers tells the captivating and moving tale of twins who, separated at birth, grow up on opposite sides of the tracks, only to meet again with fateful consequences. It's affectionately christened the Standing Ovation musical, and Blood Brothers ran for more than 10,000 performances in London's West End, one of only 4 musicals to ever achieve that milestone. Earlier this week, I caught a word with local actor Sean Jones, who has been playing the part of Mickey for over 20 years. And I started by asking him, after so long in the same role, is it still easy to get motivated?
Yeah, no, do you know what I do? We had a lovely show last night where it was like a really great reaction in Stoke, and we were like, oh, do you know what? We are so lucky. It's such a lovely show. The only difference nowadays is, I think every time we speak, my energy levels probably have gone down a little bit since we last spoke. But you know, yeah. Generally, it's the same.
But I've just been looking at the tour dates, and it's quite an extensive tour. This one, isn't it? It runs well into next year. Are you in it for the long run?
I don't know. I never say never. But at the moment, I can only see as far as Panto, because we'll get a phone call probably later in the year. If they want me to stay, they'll ask me, and then I can have a chat with the family and stuff and see if it works for everyone for me. Because obviously it's a bit of a, with my daughter being GCSE age now, I think she'd quite like me to be at home, but of course she's not going to pay me to be at home. So
that's true, isn't it? That's you almost you have to go where the work is, but sometimes
it's the life, isn't it? It's the I remember getting. I don't know if I ever told you this. I wrote to Peter Cushing when I was at Guildhall, and because I was a big fan, and he sent me a lovely letter. And in the letter it said, the world of theatre is a great one to be part and parcel of, but it takes a great deal of sacrifice. And he's right, because you do have to sacrifice a lot of security that any other jobs would have.
But I imagine now, I think it's fair to say that people will be coming to see the show hoping to see you. Is there a pressure on that for you?
Well, it's funny, when I walk across the back of the stage, you can hear half the audience going, oh, it's him, and half the audience go, oh, Christ, it's him again. So, as long as we're half and half, it's if those, those ratios start changing, I might have to, throw in my green jumper.
But I remember we've spoken before on the Stage and Screen show. You've been on before, and you said at one point you've got an ambition to play every theatre in the country, and you're not going to stop until everybody's seen you play this part. Yeah, I know you were half joking, but it's you must be nearly there by now.
Well, I've changed it now. I want to play every theatre in this country twice. So I'm just shifting the goalposts.
Let me ask you about the Liverpool Empire Centenary. You did that back in March, a big gala performance of Blood Brothers, celebrating 100 years of the Empire. How was that night? Looked like a belter.
Yeah, do you know what? So we get these nights, don't we, where you go, well, that's one to tell the grandkids. Yeah. That was definitely one of them. They printed out a load of new programs for the show as well, just for that one night. And they all look like kind of old-fashioned theatre bills, if you know what I mean. So the old, they looked kind of like faded and jaded, a bit like our performances, I suppose. And it was really lovely. We had Jenny came out and did a speech. Danny Taylor came out and chatted with the audience. And it was lovely. It was great fun, not going to lie.
Fantastic. Well, let's throw our cards on the table. We've known each other since we were kids back in the 1980s.
Well, let's figure that out. How long is it now? It was
1988. That's a lot of trouble we've caused. But we performed many times in different guises up at Theatr Clwyd when we were kids. I never been back as a professional. You've been back a few times in different shows. It must be a special one to play Theatr Clwyd, right?
Yeah, do you know what? I'm sort of sitting on the excitement of it, really, because when I think about it, it's so exciting to be going back. Obviously, it's great to be going back with a new artistic director there. So, and all the rebuild that's happened there.
Yeah.
And you interweave that with just, that building's in our DNA, Andy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like it's from kids that we were there, that building, even the walk up to the building sends shivers up my spine. I'll see houses as I walk through Mould and go, yeah, at a party there, no idea whose it was.
Yeah.
And I'm just absolutely buzzing to be there and to be home, for a week. And I'll have loads of friendly faces there, so can't wait.
Absolutely. Have you been back since the renovation? Since it opened?
No, not at all. So this is dead exciting to go back. I mean, we were there when the only part of the building that was open was the stage last time we were there. So we were all in kind of like this little cabins outside, which was great fun, and it's so exciting to sort of just be part of that development, and it's gonna be great.
Well, the renovation is it's nothing short of remarkable. I've got to be honest with you. They've done a fantastic job of it. I mean, it's all. I mean, we only really see the front of house bit, but I know for a fact you'll probably do the same as me. You'll probably sit in the bar and just try and work out what everything used to be. It's incredible what they've done. It's brilliant. So let's have a look at this production then, because there's you as Mickey, obviously, and Joe Slight. He returns as Eddie. I saw him in Llandudno when you were there last. I thought he was possibly one of the best Eddies I've seen.
Yeah, do you know what? If this ends up being my last sort of hurrah, let's be honest, I've only got so much longer that I can feasibly do it. And doing it with Joe has just been like a bit of a godsend, really, for kind of, for the last bit of it, because we've got a great rapport on stage, a great rapport off stage. He's a bit like Mark Hutchinson. There's just there's no edge to him. He's just a lovely guy.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun. We've kind of found ourselves doing TikToks every day and everything, and annoying the hell out of the rest of the company.
Have you seen them? I have seen them, yeah.
Yeah, they're embarrassing, aren't they? I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's lovely. Viv Carlisle is a great Mrs. J, lovely company member as well, and Chris Harding has done narrator before.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you'll have seen him. He did about 10 years ago, and he's back, and he's great crack as well. So it's a very happy company at the moment, which is lovely.
I know this is a horrible thing to ask any actor, especially when you've been in the show as long as you have. But Blood Brothers it's now in the. I'm saying that. I don't know if it is still on the school curriculum, but I think it is. Anybody that doesn't know the story, can you give us a quick synopsis?
Why don't you give me one? Come on, you know it well. All right, no, here we go. So, picture the scene. No, it's two twin boys. I'm falling over.
Have you seen it?
I only know my lines. I count my lines and then turn up on stage. Come on. Right, so there's a poor woman in Liverpool in the 1960s, and she's got 7 kids. She's up against her husband's left her. The social services are knocking on her door. Bailiffs are turning up regularly to pick stuff up and go. But she's got herself a little job, so she's happy. And then she finds out she's pregnant. And she panics. She goes, no, it's okay. I've got a job. I'll be fine. And then she finds out it's twins. Now, there's no way she can afford twins. But the woman that she cleans for can't have children. So they concoct a plan to give one of the kids to the posh lady, and she'll keep the other one. She'll keep the better-looking one. And that's the sort of like the crux of the story. Then we meet these children as they're growing up through life. Now the parents, because this has gone a bit sort of haywire and they've fallen out, they try to keep these two kids away from each other. Certainly don't want them to ever find out that they're twins. And they keep meeting and they become best friends, they become blood brothers, and we sort of like follow them through their lives. And then it's kind of interwoven with the politics and the social atmosphere of the time in Liverpool in the 70s and 80s with unemployment and stuff. So it's a bit like Boys for the Black Stuff, the musical, if you like.
Yeah. And I think what I love about Blood Brothers is I mean, that synopsis, that does not sound like a musical. It doesn't, you know what I mean? That sounds like it could get quite heavy, but it's a simple story, but with so many different levels to it.
Well, it's funny, isn't it? Because when we were, I don't know how many of your listeners know this, but obviously our kind of lives have intertwined so much that we both sort of struggled in school. We both ended up in Clwyd Youth Theatre. We both ended up doing YTS at Theatr Clwyd. We both went to Guildhall. We both, I remember you getting into Blood Brothers, and I was thinking, right, well, I'll never get in because the chances of two people... I remember when you got cast as Mickey thinking, well, I'll never have a chance because there's no way the universe would offer an opportunity, to somebody that is so closely connected with somebody who's already... Do you know what I mean? So what are the chances of me getting to play Mickey as well?
Yeah.
And we did, and it's like, it's... But I remember going to see it as a drama student. We were all quite obsessed with it at the time because it spoke to us as... like North Walians, I suppose. It's like, Liverpool's our capital city, and it's a little bit more kind of... It's like when I go and see a Dylan Thomas show, I go, oh yes, Welsh, I'm Welsh, Dylan Thomas, and I'm going, yeah, but Liverpool's closer.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's why. But I was exactly the same as you. When I remember seeing it and thinking, I'd love to do this, but I mean the chances are so remote. I mean, it'd be like saying, "Oh, I'd love to win the lottery,"
yeah.
But there was everything sort of like fell into shape for me because everything, including the fact that when the songs that they have to sing, that you have to sing. They were all in my key, and I thought, well, the odds of that is, because usually with these things you think, yeah, I could do that, but I can't really hit those high notes. Forget it. I'm not going to bother. But it all seemed to align, and it was quite remarkable. And it's not just us two either, really, from Clwyd. There's been a few of us from the Clwyd Youth Theatre.
It's insane, isn't it? Really, how like the Patrick Taggart, Neil Gordon, Danny Taylor.
Yeah.
And there are some more I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's quite astonishing.
It is. Really. It is when you think of the chances of it. Because most people they're not going to experience working in a show of this magnitude and in the West End, and so many of us managed to achieve that, all from the same place. It's because the other thing is as well, I think with Blood Brothers is it's one of those shows that I used to hear it a lot where people would say, I've had to drag my husband to it. He hates musicals. And then when they came out, the husband's breaking his heart and he wants to go and see more. Heard it loads of times.
Yeah, well, I think so as well. And maybe that was the thing. Like when we, us going to see it as kids, it was not only was it an entertaining musical. I think it was a musical that really spoke to men because it's about brotherhood, about friendship, about And it's funny when you look out into the audience, when Mickey's sat on the doorstep and Eddie's just moving away and it's just before you're going to sing along Sunday afternoon, but you get a chance to look out at the crowd and you see all these blokes wiping tears away from their eyes, and it's, it really does speak to, obviously then on the other hand, you've got Mrs. Johnston who, what an amazing female character William Russell wrote.
Yeah.
In at a time when a lot of female characters were very two-dimensional, and he just created one of the greatest parts of musical theatre for women.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolute genius. And no one's going to say anything until he dies. You know, it's one of the that's the awful thing about this business, that everybody when Willie Russell dies, everybody will say, "Oh my God, what a genius!"
Yeah,
but at the moment,
everyone's
no one's saying it.
No, everyone's sort of remembered after their time, aren't they?
Yeah. Before I let you go, on that note, it's almost 2 years since we lost Bill Kenwright. It's almost seems inconceivable, really. He's badly missed, isn't he, Bill, from the theatre world?
Oh, do you know what? I mean, there's no one like him, was there? You know, I mean, the energy that man had, even up to like the final time he turned up, because he would still turn up for rehearsals and sort of like come in like this force of nature. And go, right, you lot, come on, I've just lost 60 million quid on a deal in Everton, now I need you lot to cheer me up. Come on. And that was his personality, and it was just so infectious.
Yeah.
You know, and he was, I had a lovely relationship with him. I don't know if I told you this, but the last communication I had with him, he sent me a text, but I didn't have his number saved.
Right.
And I was walking around Nottingham and I got this text saying, I hope you like the advert in the Times today. Right. And I started panicking because I was going through a divorce at that point. And I was thinking, am I being trolled here? Is this divorce lawyers for you? Or something like that? Do you know what I mean? I was going, what is this? What is this going to be? And I looked and there was this, but I just texted back going, sorry, I haven't got this number. Who's saved? Who is this? And I won't swear, but he replied with Elvis effing Presley. and I instantly was like, oh, hi, Bill. And that was our kind of last bit of banter back and forth. And it was, it's just brilliant.
But there's so many of his shows now, because I get emails like almost like daily telling me shows that are either playing in the West End or about to tour, and the amounts that are produced still by Bill Kenwright Limited.
Oh, I know.
It's just phenomenal. It was almost that he's so brave, because you would think like when you got a hit on your hands like Blood Brothers, you sort of think, well, everything else, why bother doing anything else, you might think. But he seemed like quite he'd have a go at anything and try anything.
He'd take a punt on anything. I mean, I only ended, because I left for a few years just before my mum and dad passed away.
Uh-huh.
And I did a play with Tim Churchill, and Bill put some money in for us to take it down to London to a small rep theatre in London. No, there was no need for him to do that.
No.
And then when he did it, I texted him one day while we were down, because it was in between lockdowns. I never thought I'd be doing a play in the middle of all that. And I just emailed him. I went, hey, Bill, I just want to say thanks for doing that for us this week. It's great being in London. And he went, oh my God, you're in London this week, aren't you? He said, have you got a show tonight? And I was like, yeah. And he went, right, what time does it start? And he came. It was like 2:00 in the afternoon. He sort of like shifted his schedule around, and he came to the theatre to watch the play, chat to us all afterwards. There you go. Didn't have to do that. He had the perfect opportunity to say, oh, guys, sorry, I've forgotten. I've got plans tonight, but listen, good luck with everything. You know. But no, he came. And then he uttered the immortal words, you should come back and do a farewell tour of Blood Brothers. And here we are.
That's why he came. Perfect. We all know why. Brilliant. Hey, listen, Sean Jones, I'll love you and leave you, my man. Thanks ever so much for that. I really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you back in Theatr Clwyd up in Mold next week.
Can't wait. See you next Tuesday.
Cheers, pal. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Ta-da.
Take a letter, Miss Jones. Quote, I regret to inform you that owing to...
So, the multi-award-winning Blood Brothers is coming up to Theatr Clwyd from this Tuesday, the 30th of September, and running until, this Saturday, the 4th of October. Box office number for Theatr Clwyd, 01352 344 101. 01352 344 101. And I must warn you, tickets are selling fast for this one. Go on, support your local theatres, ladies and gentlemen. They won't be there forever if you don't.
In a world of glitz, glamour, and great tunes, one man brings you the magic. Andy Snowden, Stage and Screen, only on Wrexham Premier Radio.